Hello and welcome back to the Rangers Radio afternoon post-match show, where you're joined by myself, GB, and Fox, where it's been a happy afternoon for all, Fox, as I've been getting text messages that the Super 6 is up as well. Is our Rangers win?
That's correct, mate. Southside Super 6. Would you like to hear his bet?
Yep, fire away, mate.
Fire his bet up, because it's about time this happened.
Hi, welcome to Southside Super 6 for August the 12th. This weekend's selections will be Brighton to beat Luton, St Mirren to beat Dundee, Queen's Park to beat Arbroath, Raith Rovers to beat Greenock Morton, Ipswich to beat Stoke, and Leicester to beat Huddersfield away from home. If you take all 6 selections, it pays 36.5 to 1.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Oh, big congratulations, Southside. 36, and it was at a half there.
Yes, 36.5 to 1.
I think he'll be dancing on the ceiling, and I think the trip to Servette's covered, mate.
Aye, I think he'll be very happy. A very happy man. I've heard through the grapevine that Alec Kelly had it on as well. He goes on holiday this weekend as well, so be plenty of drink in the Bluebells and Tenerife or wherever he is.
Aye. And
Anyway,
alongside that comes a 4-0 win, Fox, today. I think me and you pre-match did predict that it was going to be a bit of a sticky game, but I think what says the team went out there and done the business today, Fox.
They did indeed. I wouldn't say there was an exceptional performance, but there were some exceptional moments in the game. I thought from Butland right through to possibly, I don't want to run down Dessers. I think he was a wee bit below par compared to everybody else, but it was a thoroughly entertaining game for me, and I'm glad that's 3 points on the board.
Fox, I totally agree in the sense that it was a game for everybody, in the sense for the players. Each bit of the team had something to do. So you had, like you say, Butland had a couple of great saves. The defence, John Suter had some great defensive displays. Leon Balogun as well had again matched his opponent in nearly every tackle. Then you come up to the midfield. Cervantes, what a debut. Cantwell again running the show. Again, that boy is just bags of energy and was taking a few tasty challenges as well, Fox, today. And then we come to our forward line. I'm with you, Fox. Dessers, boy still needs time. He was a wee bit wasteful in front of goal today, but as long as the chances keeps coming, I think eventually will come good. But it was good to see the other two, like say Lammers and Danilo, get on the score sheet. So first half for me, Fox, a pretty dominant performance. Lammers' goal on the 9-minute mark. I mean, that passage of play, it was Lammers, Dessers, Cantwell, and then the rebound comes to Lammers and he just sticks it away professionally. I mean, that's what we're looking for, Fox, isn't it? We're looking for clinical finishing.
Aye, that goal doesn't come about if it's no for the drive and run of Cantwell into the box. I can't think of another player in the Rangers team that would have managed to get in there and get the ball into the box, you know. I thought he was terrific, and I think the coffee that they go on about and church water mixed together, Todd Cantwell tonic, I'm calling it. He was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's bags of energy. And doing what I liked as well, Fox, see when Lammers banged the goal away, Todd Cantwell turns to the fans and he's like celebrating as if like he's a fan, celebrating that goal. I mean, it's the boys just took to Rangers like a duck to water, and like I says, another great performance by him the day. So we kind of huffed and puffed for most of the rest of that half, Fox. There was the chance that the set piece we had into the Livingston's box where the Livingston player kind of duffed it to his own player, and they all kind of started shouting at each other, and that was probably a chance that we could have took advantage of. And then again we go into half time. That's the dominant team and looking to come out in the second half with more energy, and to be honest, for most of it we did, Fox.
I think you forgot about the Cifuentes non-goal.
Oh,
How unlucky can you be on your debut? The ball got a great ball into the box. The boy goes for it. His hands are at his side. It does hit off his arm, but would he have given a penalty for that, the referee? I doubt it. If it was no the other box, I don't think he would have given a penalty if the same incident would have happened with any other player, because it was accidental, and didn't he have to tuck it away, by the way?
Fox, the thing about that goal is as well, it's about momentum, isn't it? So like the ball is coming that fast to him. Like I don't know what a football player's meant to do there. I suppose that's why you've got VAR and they rerun it and they slow it down and see if it is a handball. And by the rules of the game, it was a handball, right? So we can't disagree with it. But the boy is very unlucky because he comes challenging towards the ball. It drops to him, and like I say, it's a fantastic finish. And you think that's the boy off and flying. I mean, because to be honest, he had a pretty decent game today.
He did. I thought he was very assured on the ball. His passing range was good. I think he only misplaced about one or two passes in the whole game. He had a wee bit of vision, laid some good balls forward, and all round for a debut. As I said before when we were in the pre-match show, I wasn't expecting too much, but today it was a good debut, and I think the Rangers support will take to this boy quite well.
And praise to our fullbacks as well. Fox again today. Borna, I think, was really good. Was crossing. Another assist for him today, and Tavernier as well. I think he had another decent, strong game. An interesting bit of play with the substitution with him and Sterling. I seen Tav kind of moved up a bit and Sterling kind of tucked into the right back role.
He moved into the midfield. I noticed that as well.
Something that we might see more of, but no, again, good to see him get his minutes. But as we touched on, Dessers had a few chances today. What do you think it is, Fox? Is he trying to force it, or is he just not there yet?
He just doesn't look up to speed for me. He's no great timing on the ball when it's coming to him. Bad first touches sometimes. Doesn't he look as quick as Alexis Seymour or Danilo? For me, mate, I would take him out till he was fit enough to play in the side. I think Danilo showed today in the middle. I mean, he scored one, hit the post with one, that he's capable of scoring goals for Rangers. So I thought Seymour came on. Rangers supporters have been going, where's the pace coming from? Where's the pace? When we tire teams out and you have like Matondo, who nobody was a fan of, let's be honest. But today he showed his kind of worth late in games when teams are tiring and there's a bit of space to run into. Him and Seymour did up the pace when they came on. And Kieran Dowell, what a strike that was, mate. I was jumping out of the house when that one went in.
Well, right, so we'll go back to the second half, since that was the kind of more entertaining half. And even like our keeper, Butland, 54 minutes, two saves, two decent saves back to back. A wee bit sloppy at the back at that point in time. And then John Suter done a great cut out at 64 minutes. That I think that if he didn't touch that ball, then the Livingston boy was in, wasn't he, for a tap in, really. Big Cifuentes, again, I think he had a couple of decent crosses, and then he pops up in the 67th minute with a cross in for Danilo, and Danilo just a perfect header, Fox, right in the back of the net. Good to see him get off the score sheet, or get on the score sheet even.
Came in between the centre halves and downward header, perfectly placed, mate. Good header, good ball into the box by Cifuentes.
ghosted it, didn't he? Kind of, actually, the defender didn't even notice he was there. And again, a pinpoint cross, wasn't it?
Was indeed. I thought he put a couple of decent balls into the box. He put one to the back post here as well, when we caused a wee bit of stramash in the penalty area as well. And I think it was Dessers rose at the back and nodded it back. And if the reflexes had been better, I think it was either Danilo or Lammers, that could have been a goal. I thought we made about 20 chances all in. GB, I thought we made plenty of chances.
Aye, and there was, like I says at the start of the show, Fox, the full team was involved today. They all had their bit to play in that game today, which is good. I think that, I mean, it helps the full team. I think that was probably the perfect. You couldn't get a more perfect game. That there was times in the game that we kind of were a bit sloppy at the back, but that sloppiness actually called on upon, like say, our defenders, like say Balogun and Suter the day, and again Butland had a few decent saves that were, like I say, tricky shots that was coming at him, which is good because in games like that where we are dominant, Fox, with such a new goalkeeper in the sticks, you think that he might be a bit sleepy if he's no concentrating, but it shows that he was on the ball today.
Aye, he's got good concentration. He follows the game well. He's always alert to balls coming through to him. And I thought he got down well his couple of saves. Thought his handling today was good. I wouldn't have a fault in Jack Butland today. I thought he played well. And I really liked the partnership with Balogun and Suter as well. I think a lot of people would have been pleased with that. That Joe Newbley is a big handful of a boy, you know. Mm-hmm. And they snuffed him out. Suter was exceptional. Balogun was not far behind him.
Then I liked how Butland was actually coming out and shouting at the defence at times as well. So that's a good sign to see come back into the Rangers defence, that a goalkeeper roaring his voice at the defenders. So defence pass marks the day, Fox. I think in fact we've just been joining a call. I think it's Ozzy. Are you back in, mate?
Yeah, g'day, mate. Oh, how good was that? That was a proper performance in the second half. First half, yeah, we were a bit unlucky, but I thought the Dessers handball was a bit harsh, but yeah, well, these things happen. VAR thought it was a handball. Well, got to take it, and we pushed on.
What it says, me and Fox have agreed that it was by the rules of the game that it was a handball when VAR looked at it. There's not much we can do about that, but a sign of things to come for the boy. I think the boy had a fantastic debut today, and didn't look at his place in the team. I was a wee bit kind of sceptical of the whole language barrier and just coming into the team and stuff like that. But to be fair, considering how we've been critical of the new signings, and they've had a pre-season with the team and all the rest of it, for Cervantes to come in the day and have the debut I think it's absolutely amazing. Granted, he's been playing games in the MLS, but he's still coming into a brand new team there. And what I say is, some of his crossing the day as well into the box was fantastic, and we got just rewards for it as well today.
He's surely hit the ground running, that's for sure. And it was a pleasure to watch, and you see how dangerous he was.
Without a doubt, Ozzy, he had a good performance today. I thought he was terrific. In fact, the midfield three worked really well together. I wonder if the listeners think that will be the midfield going forward. Cantwell was exceptional, as I said. Juventus had a very good game. Raskin, I thought, maybe gave the ball away a couple of times when he didn't need to, but apart from that, he covered a lot of ground, won a lot of balls back, and started a lot of the movement going forward.
What do you make?
Definitely, yeah.
What do you make Fox? You touched on him, Seema, the day with his goal. I thought it was very well taken, very alert in the box as well. And again, that might just be another player that's just needing some game time to get up to speed, because I think the boy has shown that he's got quality.
I think I did say to Ox when we were talking about the signings earlier on a couple of weeks ago, and I says I was looking forward to seeing him, because Brighton have got a great record of digging up these players, you know, and he has got the pace. he has got a wee bit of an eye for a goal. I can see him popping up at the back post with headers, mate. I think he's good in the air as well. But no complaints about Danilo, but I'd rather see Danilo in the middle, mate, myself.
Was it, Jay?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a lot of supporters expected the new players to hit the ground running, and I mean, sometimes it just doesn't quite click straight away, and they need games together. And the middle three, you can see that they start to gel together, and then the front three, they're just needing game time, and they will. I'm sure that front three that we played today at the start will start to gel together too. And I mean, who knows where that will take us.
Fox, I was, to be honest, about the 65-minute mark, I really did want probably Cantwell to get a rest, because he was taking a couple of tasty hits into him and that, and but the manager did hang off to about the 80-minute mark, and again I was like, 80 minutes, you're really only giving guys 10 minutes, but it was funny, they 3 substitutions, Cantwell for Doyle, Lundstrom for Raskin, and Sterling on for Cervantes. It's amazing what happens in 10 minutes, because let's say we've seen Seema's goal, and then we've probably seen the goal of the game with Doyle, and that's what Doyle's got in his locker, Fox. That we've always known this. He's had these kind of long range shots in his locker, and we've just not seen it yet. And what it says, if he's got more of that to come, then he'll be in that team.
I thought we had a good fresh opening. I think we could have scored 3 goals in the first 4 minutes of the second half. We had chances after chance after chance, never took them. And then the game went, and Livingston went to 4-4-2, and a wee bit of, they came forward with a wee bit of momentum. We seemed to lose the control of the game for a wee while, if that's a good word for it. But once the substitutes came on, Livingston were wide open with a 4-4-2, try to press forward, try to get a goal back. But as you've seen, we just piled in the goals after that. I thought the manager done well today. People would probably have questioned these substitutes at some time, but they all seem to work. Everything seemed to work today. And maybe Michael Beale knows a lot more than us supporters about how to run a tactical game, you know.
Well, I'm not going to lie, Fox and Ozzy Bear, that when I seen Matondo come on, I totally questioned that why he was even on the park and why he was even on the bench, to be honest. But it just proves, Fox, as you said, mate, the manager knows more than what we know, because I felt Matondo and Seema, that looked a right decent partnership today. That's probably the best game I've seen Matondo play the day, in such a short space of time that he had on the park, because he got his fouls up the park as well. I mean, that one near the end, he grabbed the ball and he was driving forward, and he got chopped in just at the last minute outside the box and stuff like that. That's what you want to see from Matondo. I think we always know there's talent there. It's just how we nurture it, and you don't know. Maybe he'll be a surprise. He was definitely a surprise today for me, Ozzy J, that he came on and done so well for the team.
Hey, I mean, both Matondo and Seema came on, and it seemed to lift the whole team into another gear with their pace, and that's what we want from our substitutions, is to push the team on, and that's what they've done, and that's what we need them to do. And because we got so many goals at the end, and because Livingston were out on their feet.
Yep, like I says, a phone-in show, it'd be great to hear your reaction. Like I says, a lot of Bears have been a bit disgruntled there the last couple of games, but I mean, it's a 4-0 win today, Bears. A lot of positivity around that squad today. The players will be absolutely bouncing after that performance today, so it'd be great to hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I meant to ask you, GB, do you see any kind of partnerships starting to form? I think Tav had a better game today with Cervantes in front of him, and I thought that Borna looked more comfortable as well with Leon Balogun beside him, a left-footed player beside him. Did you?
Aye, definitely, Fox. Touching on Balogun first with Barisic, there was a point where Balogun had to cover for Barisic, and the two of them fought it out with the Livingston player. We cut them out, and see when Balogun won the ball, and eventually it was played back to Buckland and it was cleared. The two of them were pure high-fiving each other and stuff like that. Again, just showed the grit and determination. So, further enjoyed that partnership today. And again, that just breeds confidence down that side. It's been a place where people said that teams will try and exploit, but they two together today didn't let much down that area of the park. And long may it continue, Fox. And then another wee partnership that did build today was that midfield. Fox, so new. Cifuentes, Cantwell and Raskin. I mean, for them just being on the park together, probably that once, they didn't look out of place once together. So I really chuffed with that. Aussie, Jer?
Hold on a minute. Yeah. I think we've been joined by the bookie basher himself.
All right. Wait, hold on, I'll just check. Well, there he is. Southside, how are we doing? I take it we're very happy.
Rangers win, mate. Always happy when that happens, isn't we? Not a bad performance today in patches, I thought. Some good link-up play here and there. Could have won with a few more. And a good goal for Kieran Dowell. But I thought it was easy enough, but still a wee bit patchy, guys.
Fox?
I've got to agree with you, mate. But we're definitely improving Southside, didn't we? We've campaigned through pre-season, trying to patch things together. Hasn't clicked for us. We were bad against Kilmarnock, and now you can see signs our partnerships growing, a wee bit more adventurous, more creativity, and finally we're finishing goals off. You know, I'm quite pleased with the way things are going.
I
Go Gary. I think it's the timing of substitutions. I think that Beale just has to get a wee bit more quicker on, because I do agree with you. There was a period in that kind of second half where it was a bit dilly-dally, and it wasn't until we really made these substitutions that it started to liven up a bit for us, and the pace just totally ripped Livingston apart. I mean, it was like you said, chance after chance, and like I says, in that last 8 minutes, that's the kind of football I want to see for Rangers.
Aye, GB. I had 3-0. I didn't want another goal after that one. But
Sod's law.
I know, but listen, Matondo obviously brought a bit of pace into the team as well. Thought the second half we sort of see when the three of them ran through 3-on-2 GB and we couldn't finish it or even get a shot at goal. But that's probably just understanding. But we should have finished that chance off in the second half. But I thought we went a wee bit lethargic, and I think he does wait a bit long to bring the subs on. So, but they made a difference when they come on, GB. And you've got a caller in.
I think it's Tosh. How you doing, Tosh?
I'm alright, GB. How's you? Is that Southside?
Yeah,
he's there, mate.
Southside, cheers, pal. I put £2 on and get 67 back. So that's me get a wee carry out for the night. So thank you very much.
Well done, buddy.
Well done.
And the other one, there's another one for 92. I was waiting in Oxford and Blackpool. And Oxford and Blackpool do 0-0. Ironic, I live in Blackpool as well. Anyway, just want to say a few things to you. What a difference. The way pre-season started, we've been lacklustre, and that performance change come out on. No, this isn't how we're going to start the season. Panicked a bit watching Tuesday when we were 2-0 up. We should have put the foot in the throat and we got 3 or 4. Unlucky to get that penalty. That was a terrible decision in my eyes. And then today, brilliant. That Cifuentes and John Strutter, they're going to be immense for us. Really, I'm really confident now about Tuesday. But yeah, that was brilliant today. Better couple of mistakes in that. At 1-0, I thought, oh no, if we don't do something, this is going to end up 1 each. But yeah, bang. Yeah. So I'll take 4-0 and a good performance any day. And let's go to Tuesday and get the job done.
Aye, definitely, Tosh. Fox, I think John Suter the day, when your goalkeeper's coming out to you and giving you a big pat in the back for probably stop a goal going in, you're doing something right there.
Big Suter was immense today.
Aye, he was indeed, mate. I can't get out of this south side, we know, and that Ox will not be able to come back on. Right out the last man standing, and you've got the super six up, mate. What a week for me.
And I'm still in last man standing and all. And the best laugh is he phoned me and he was nearly greeting down the phone. He didn't put it on this week. The first time he's not put it on. That made me laugh even more.
Hey lads, I'm going to jump out. I've just got on a bus, but I just want to say a nice one to Southside.
Right, cheers, Tosh.
Cheers,
no
Tosh.
Problem, cheers lads. Let's hope we get the job done on Tuesday and get on to it. Let's just build a bit of momentum and let's get going.
Aye, well that does give us a bit of hope.
Cheers lads, see you after. I need to go, bye. See you after, bye. Right mate, cheers.
Aye, Aussie Ger, that does give us a bit of momentum that we're looking for, isn't it? Because it's a night and day performance since the Kilmarnock game.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, they just seem to click a bit in that midfield, as you said earlier. That midfield, you could see them clicking, and all those partnerships, and Big John at the back. Oh, he's solid as a rock. And what more can you ask for a defender to be solid at the back? And Balogun, he was also solid as rock as well. But I mean, that builds momentum, it builds confidence in the players. Build confidence, and that's what we need to push on and to keep this rolling on now.
Mm-hmm. Aye, Fox, momentum's so important, isn't it? Especially, let's say, when we're pushing for Champions League qualifiers, the league, and then obviously we're going to have Morton coming up as well. So it's imperative that we let's say, we keep winning, keep moving, keep giving these players the games that they need to get the match sharpness that we've been calling out for. Yeah,
the game on Tuesday's a big game for the players and the club, mate. It guarantees them £5 million to get by this round, so I think it would be good all round. Maybe help to bring in another couple of wee players that we're not expecting if we can get the 5 mil, So I think Southside, when do you leave, mate? Are you off in the old Monday trip, are you?
Aye, Monday, aye.
Looking forward to it. You'll be at the bar first then with all your winnings.
Aye, no. Monday night, leave Monday night, drive through the night, and first thing in a flight Tuesday morning, arrive into Geneva Tuesday for the day of the game. So looking forward to it.
Southside, who was your surprise player today? Because I was kind of caught out with a couple of them with their displays today, how well they did play. So just interested to see who you thought kind of stood out for you today.
I thought Big Suter stood out a mile, obviously. I thought he commanded. I thought Cifuentes done quite well. It was unlucky a couple of times. You could see he tried to play a ball through and it was just unlucky. But I thought he done well. I thought Cantwell was busy in the first half, GB. I still think Raskin sometimes gives the ball away a bit too much. He seemed to get it intercepted quite a bit today again. One of my pals had said to me, he keeps getting the ball away, and the games he hadn't really picked up in it, GB, but today he must have gave away a good 5-6 passes when it was easy enough to play a player in, but it's a bit gelling, I suppose. But no, Cifuentes and Suter for me, I think Dessert looks a lot sharper. I think he did a power of running today. I think the second half he sort of went a bit quiet, and I think that's when he should have made the changes earlier, GB. And Matondo brought a wee bit of pace up front on the ball.
Aye, so I felt again. I know we've written off Matondo, and I think, like I says, he's probably has got to be a player that will move on. But like I say, see if the boy had just shown what he showed today more often, then I think he would have had a place in the team, because, like I says, that pace he has is lightning. Aussie Ger, it's a shame that he's just not shown it enough.
Yeah, I mean, we only ask for consistency. I mean, if he can play consistently like that, I mean, why not keep him as a bench player and bring him on to tear up teams in the last half an hour? Because we saw what he did today. They couldn't handle him, and he was tearing them apart and making chances. And
No,
Can
100%.
I south side by him being at the game? Was there a wee bit of grumbling starting to go when we hadn't got the second goal, south side?
You're always going to have that at times, Fox, because at 1-0 they were still in the game and their game plan didn't change. Wee bit of frustration run about, but I think it's just because it looked like easy passes at times or misplaced passes. But I still thought we would go on and get another goal towards the end. Livingston looked like they tired a wee bit at certain times in the game. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be a game what happened when they sit tight and pack defences. We didn't get the second goal as early as we thought we could have, Fox. But once the second goal went in, you could see their heads went down. You looked about at some of their players, and I think they resigned themselves to the fact that they were going up the road with no points or no. You know, it was done for them at that point, I thought, Fox.
When Butland had the 2 saves, mate, I think people had a big gulp of air when you could see that happening to us just now at that time, unit where they'd break up the park and score and never
You're
be
always
in the
liable,
game.
aren't you? You're always liable to get caught out, maybe a corner, a set piece. Something might happen and you might lose a goal for it. But I mean, that was their tactic the whole time, and to try and keep themselves in the game. But we know when we're at home at Ibrox, it's imperative you get 2 or 3 goals early, and that just kills the other team.
It just allows you to make the kind of, like I says, changes earlier, Southside, doesn't it? I mean, when you're dominating, that allows these, like I says, if you're pacey players to hurt them even more. But we're kind of reaching that time, lads. So, Aussie Ger.
If you just hold on, mate, I think we've got one more caller to come in, Jim, for Paisley, if you get a minute.
Right, they have. Aussie Ger, your thoughts, mate, on the team performance as a whole? Is it the way we're hoping to see Rangers in the future, like that kind of fast-paced attacking football that we've been craving for? Because I don't think you had your 2 sitting midfielders today, mate.
No, we definitely didn't have the 2 sitting midfielders. So, I mean, that's what we want. As I said, if we get consistent performances out of all the players, we'll have no problem getting past these teams that park the bus.
Yep, definitely. What about Fox? What about Sterling when he came on? I felt he did get opened up at one point in the defence. I think it could have been, to be honest, Lundstrom's fault, because Lundstrom was tracking back a player and was humming and hawing whether to go to him or no. And then I think Sterling got drawn towards that same player, which allowed Livingston in the back. So that's probably my only kind of criticism of Sterling. But apart from that, I think the boy was pretty solid when he came on.
There wasn't enough time to see him to judge the boy, mate. I'm just glad that he got a run out, and that'll make him feel part of the squad now. Anyway, I think we've been joined by Jim.
All right, guys.
How you doing, Jim?
I did. Well, just I wanted to phone in the last call. But I'm still not convinced. I'm still not convinced with anything so far that the manager's been doing. I know you're saying, I heard you talk earlier on, folks, they need time to gel. But we don't have time to gel. And I would suggest to the guys that's on, and maybe people are listening, if we're 10 points behind at Christmas and we're out of Europe, I think the manager's Oscar.
It could also work the other way, Jim. We could beat
I know
them in a
that.
couple of weeks and be in front. So we just need to give the manager some time. I think today's bought him that wee bit of leeway with the fans, that they can see a sign of some sort of system, the diamond system in the middle. I think Danilo looks sharper now, and Cifuentes has been a good bonus into the club. So give him time, mate. It's like anything else. Nothing comes that quickly, you know.
No, listen, I agree with everything you said. I agree with, but I'm a half pint, no, pint and half full man. You know, that's what I've always been like that. But I just worry. I'm always a worrier, if you know what I mean.
Jim, I think there will be still a hangover for the Kilmarnock game, because when we seen that performance and we didn't see the players moving, we didn't see much getting created and stuff like that, then there's a worry, because at the end of the day, we brought in signings to be creative. That was a big complaint of last season, that we had guys that just weren't turning up, and then the worry sets in straight away after Kilmarnock, because you've had a 90-minute display of rubbish, basically.
Right.
But I would be even more concerned, Jim, if, like, say, on the European qualifier there for the Champions League against Servette, if there was no performance, no reaction, and then again the day, to be fair, the manager goes out there and he beats Livingston. He beats Livingston 4-0. So you're kind of there's momentum there of moving on. So there's still things to be improved, mate. But I think we are moving in the right direction.
But see today, sorry, I don't like button. But
sorry, we've got the manager. Let's hear what the manager. It's only a couple of minutes here. What the manager says about today's performance.
Michael, 3 points, 4 goals today. What did you make of that performance?
A really good start. I thought it was a fantastic first goal come from Jack. Todd does excellent in the move, and linking with Cyril, gets in down the side. Really pleased for Sam. It was a day of first, wasn't it, with Sam scoring and Danny and Abdullah scoring and Kieran with an unbelievable fourth goal. Jack Butland with a clean sheet. Obviously, Cyril scored this week as well, so you're hoping that calms the players down. But in terms of today's game, I thought it was in 3 parts. We started ever so well, and after the disallowed goal, I thought we were stuffy after that, and our decision-making, our quality wasn't good enough. I thought the subs come on and had a big impact in terms of Rabi and Abdullah Sima, and then by the end of the game, it was really, really convincing again, and some good play.
You touched on the 4 goal scorers there. How positive is it, not only for the new signings, but for the squad as a whole, to see them on the score sheet and really continuing to build those relationships?
It will certainly help them. You could see at moments in the second half, we've got great areas and our decision making. And it's not from being selfish. It's actually even people being unselfish and a bit tippy-tappy. I want people to be more decisive in those moments. I thought we were late in the game. I have to mention as well, I thought Jose Cifuentes had a fantastic debut. Obviously, the VAR steals the goal from him, but I thought he was outstanding, and him and John Suter were probably the pick of the game for me today. It was nice to keep a clean sheet, which was important as well. And just overall, when I pick the bones out of it, it's clear there's a bit of work to do, but there's a lot of positives as well. And now we can look forward. Obviously, we have a huge game Tuesday, and then back here for another home game in the Cup next week.
And we do often talk about, obviously, the start to the games. You touched on that sticky period in the middle, but it must be particularly pleasing today to see the end to the game that we saw and the real hunger for more goals. Yeah,
100%. And I think that the impact that I want from the squad, we're trying to run and press and harass teams. So naturally, people, if they leave it all out there, are going to get tired. It's important the guys come off the bench with a real desire to show what they can bring to the team. And as Livingston got tired today, they had to face Sima and Rotondo and Kieran Dowell coming in, and that was really important to the game. I have to say as well, the fans today at the start of the game, they've had a tough week, but they really got behind the team. And Kieran Dowell's goal probably at the end of the game is a reward for all the support they've given the group this week as well.
Yeah, and focus now obviously turns to Servette on Tuesday night, and good to be going into that on the back of our positive results today. Yeah,
dangerous game, dangerous opponent. We know that. We'll have to be at our best. We need to be defensively as strong as we were today, and we need to be decisive in the final third. Scoring 4 goals today will certainly help us, but we need to go there with the right mentality. Out of possession first, be strong, hard to play against, and then show our quality. it's a hugely important night for everybody, and safe trip to all the fans that are going across to Geneva this week.
Aye, the manager's always honest with his opinions and stuff like the game. So, we had good points, bad points, and what I say is that there's room for improvement. Aussie Jer.
Thanks, Gary. GB. Jim, did you say that we'll be down by 10 points by Christmas? Because, I mean, how could you think that after we've just won 4-0 against the team that we've struggled against in the past? I mean, I don't see how you can say that.
Well, I don't know if you had a question to me. What was thinking of is if we're 10 points behind them at Christmas and do Europe, the manager's off. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it does happen, I think that's that was my point I was trying to say.
I mean, I get that. But I mean, I can't get you thinking how can we be 10 points behind and we've only played 3 competitive games, two in the SBL. I mean, yes, last week was a crap result, and quite likely the teams come out and played. In my opinion, they played 1,000 times better, and yet you're still moaning in that we could be down by 10 by Christmas.
No, I don't know if we are down by 10 by Christmas. I didn't say we're going to be. No, I don't mean that.
I know,
but we've been in this scenario before. We've been 10 points in front by Christmas and lost the league. And I was wondering about the situation because we've watched these players I have in the last pre-season, and none of them have convinced me they're actually good enough.
Fair enough, Jim. Everybody's allowed their opinion, mate.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, the pre-season last year, we did well, but this pre-season, we didn't do it as good as we hoped. But I mean, all right. I mean, I understand you, but my opinion is different, and that's
fantastic. I love opinions. I love to hear different opinions. After sitting my 2 sons and my 2 sisters, 2 daughter-in-laws today watching the game a day, we've all had different opinions. I think it's fantastic.
Yep, exactly.
What did you think of the manager's presser there, Jim? Do you think he's giving us a bit of hope, or?
Well, I don't know.
Is it the same old for you?
It has foot and accelerator, isn't it? Really.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, he's filled his squad up with players he likes, and I hope he's right. I really do hope he's done the right thing. Anyway, as I say, leave it to Christmas. I know Christmas seems a long time away, but still that far away.
Aye, no, that's it, Jimmy. That's it. As the manager says, we need to take it game by game. Aussie Jer, final thoughts, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I just want everyone to support the team. I mean, I know there's always going to be people out there moaning about. They'll find something to moan about that after today's game, but just support them. I mean, it's almost a brand new team. I mean, most of our new players.
Well, can I say, I've been happy to support Rangers for over 50 years, right? I've been a season ticket for over 30 years. And I always complain, and I'm quite entitled to complain. And I will complain every season every time I phone that show. No, that's what I do. I think that's what I like doing it. Because you have to bring people back down to earth again, if you don't mind me saying that.
No, I get it. I mean, we've all got different opinions, and that's the thing about following this team.
Yep, definitely. Southside, final thoughts, buddy?
4 goals, a victory you can see the improvement starting to gel wee bits and pieces, and it will certainly get better as we go on. So keep the faith, guys. Follow.
Fox.
My final thoughts is I appreciate what Jim was saying there. I know what it's like being a grumpy old git. Hey, Jim, I'm the same, mate. Anyway, thanks very much for putting up with me, GB. So I'll catch you later. Thank you.
Right, can I just thank the guys that called in, Aussie Jer and Jim there. Good wee debate there.
Can I tell you, got to cut in here? I look younger than Fox.
I think that's doubtful, mate. That's doubtful.
Fox looks 20 years younger when he's got his white jacket on.
Big John Travolta.
Just before you thank me, I hope anybody that took the Super 6 today got it up. I hope I know it was hard to follow last year, but this is a new season. It's a new Rangers team. It's a new Super 6. So anybody that put it on, good luck to you today. I'm delighted for you.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Yeah, well said. Right, lads, thanks again, like I says, for phoning in. Fox, thanks for coming on, mate, and giving your points of view. Good wingman today. Thanks to Old School Blue for the technicals. We're Rangers Radio. We'll be back on Monday night between 8 and 10, and we'll speak to you all then. Good night.